this is Pradeep sir, my YouTube channel Pradeep Parspani. For free education to one and all, join me for a very happy life, very happy learning. Keep yourself motivated and enjoy life, right? Life is for living, not for complaining. Okay? So we did triangles, then we did quadrilaterals, then we did parallelograms. Yet another important figure in geometry is circle. So today I'll give you an idea about the circles. Okay, so let's move on to the board. Thank you so much. Now before I start explaining what are circles, I have a very sincere request to you all. Please watch all the videos till the end so that you don't miss a single point, because these are fundamentals, conceptuals, basics, right? So let's start with the circles. Now first thing is, how do we define a circle actually? A simple definition of the circle is, a circle is a collection of all those points in a plane whose distance from a fixed point remains the same. This fixed point will be known as the center of the circle, and that fixed distance will be the radius of the circle. So if you see the figure 1, you will observe O is the center of the circle and OD is the radius. If we take this radius all throughout, that is OA, OB, OC, OG, OH, OF, OT, OE, these are all radius of this given circle, right? Now as we can see that the circle divides a plane into 3 parts. The first part is that which consists of the point which are inside the circle, that is in the area less than the radius. This area is called the interior of the circle. Then we have the circle itself, right? The points on the circle, as we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Then outside the circle is there, right? So the boundary of the circle is actually the boundary of the interior of the circle, right? So inside we have the circular region. Next important thing about a circle is the diameter of the circle. The diameter of the circle is a line segment passing through the center of the circle and having its endpoints on the circle itself. This is very important. So we can observe the diameter is double the radius. 2 times the radius will give us the diameter. Okay. So we can see it easily that an infinite number of diameters for the circle can be drawn. All the diameters of the circle will meet at the center of the circle, right? Next thing we should know is, what is a chord of a circle? A chord of circle is actually a line segment with its end points lying on the circle. Then it is said to be a chord of the circle. So in the given figure, if you see, GH is a chord, EF is a chord, CD is also a chord, and we can easily say that the diameter CD, COD, is the largest chord which a circle can have, right? Next we have is a secant. What is a secant of a circle? It is actually a line passing through a circle and intersecting the circle at 2 points actually. So this line is called a secant of a circle. So as shown in the figure 1, you can see that AB is a secant because this line meets the circle at 2 distinct points A and B. I hope you got it. On the same lines, we can define a tangent also. A tangent is actually a line which makes a circle at one distinct point. So if you see in this figure 1, we have a tangent PTQ which is meeting the circle at point T, right? One very important thing you come across when you talk of circles is circumference of a circle. Circumference of a circle is actually the perimeter of a circle. That is the length of the boundary of the interior of the circle is called its circumference. Mathematically, we write it as 2 pi r, right? 2 pi r, where pi is equal to 3.14 or 22 by 7, right? The region inside this boundary is called the area of the circle, and mathematically it is written as pi r square, right? So this you will use in higher classes where you have to find the area of the circle or the circumference of the circle when a given radius or the diameter is given. I hope it's clear. Now, how do we define a semicircle? It is this way, that the end points of a diameter of a circle divides the circle into two equal parts. Each of this part is called a semicircle, right? So as you can see in the figure, we have COD as the diameter, the upper part CABD, or the lower part CGETFHD. So these two different parts are known as semicircles for the given circle. Now let us see what is a segment of a circle. So the definition is like this, that any chord of the circle will divide the circular region into two different parts. Each part will be known as the segment of the circle, right? The segment containing the center of the circle will be called the major segment, and the segment which does not contain the center of the circle will be known as the minor segment. So in this case, if you see, we have a chord EF and we have the shaded area ETF. This is the minor segment of this circle, and then we have the rest of the part in which the center of the circle is there. The part is EGCABDHF. This part will be known as the major segment of this circle. Now see the second figure, the second circle, and try to understand what is an arc. Till now we were discussing the region inside a circle, right? Now what is an arc actually? Any arc is any part of a circle, that is on the circle. If you define some length, that will be known as the arc length. Say for example, we have KL as an arc, or we have KMPL as an arc. I hope you got it. So there are two types of arcs, minor arc and the major arc, right? The major arc is actually greater than the semicircle length, and the minor arc is smaller than the semicircular length, right? Yet another important thing we should know about a circle is sector of a circle. Now what is this sector? The area bounded by an arc and two radius, that is two radii, joining the end points of the arc with the center of the circle, will be known as the sector of the circle. So as you can see, we have an arc KL where the endpoints K and L are joined to the center O of the circle through the radius. So this particular shaded region as shown will be called the sector of the circle. Again we can have major sector and the minor sector, right? So if you see, the major sector will be KMPLOK, that will be the major sector area, and the minor sector will be KOL. This small area will be the minor sector area, right? So we can say that if a sector is formed by the major arc, it will be called a major sector, and if a sector is formed by the minor arc, it will be known as the minor sector. Clear? Now suppose we have many circles but with the same center. That is, we have the center O but we keep different radius and keep drawing circles. Then all those circles will be known as concentric circles. That is, two or more circles with the same center are called concentric circles. So these were the basic elements of a circle. Keep revising, keep learning, be regular with your studies, and for all other videos of 6th standard, you just go to the description box of this video or check the end screen template at the end of this screen, right? You will get all the videos of 6th standard mathematics. Till then, thank you, goodbye, love you all, bye bye.